Welcome back. My name is Jake MacDonald. I am Anything Lacrosse, and this is a game that never sits still. Today on today's podcast, we're going to be covering the CBA. I'm going to be talking about a little bit of my Discord that just dropped. We got the hardness of the schedule as well. I've also got like a little idea for a mic'd up series that I want to touch base on. And finally, we got our first podcast guest today. Very exciting. It is my son, Brady. And I figured it was I wanted to make him my first guest because he is going to be, I just think this is a good memory for both of us. And he loves lacrosse. He played his first season last season, so he's got that player kind of outlook on things. So a little bit different. Obviously, he's Gen Alpha, 10 years old. A little bit of perspective there, got a little personality. And it's interesting to hear things from his side, hear things from like his viewpoint, right? At 10 years old. Very mature kid for the most part. And, it's just exciting. So I just thought this would be a great memory, and I wanted him to be my first guest on this podcast. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Yeah, I understand if you guys, want to pass on that part, but it kind of is cool. And, he does know a little bit. He knows, it's interesting to hear, like I said, it's interesting to hear his opinion. So anyway, I'll be looking forward to that. So without further ado, let's get right into it today. We're going to start right off with the CBA. I'm recording this late because I was setting up my Discord, and I ate too much time. I'm not a techie, so it took me 20 hours. Probably would have took somebody 2. Anyway, but it's done. It's up. So go check it out. Go join it. I've got a really good base level of people in there, but I want to really grow the community and make this to be the best lacrosse community around. And it's going to be great. We're going to chirp for, fun chirps. Get the fan bases going. I've got fan captains in there to help get the fan base going every week. We're going to have weekly game chats between whatever teams are playing each other. We'll be dropping chats so they can chirp back and forth. We've got the general chat. We'll have lots of news in there, all this kind of stuff. So great. It's going to be a great time in there. And like I said, there's a great group of guys. Anyway, back to the CBA. So the CBA has been, just right before I got on here, it has been announced officially that it's done. We've pretty much known that since Friday, to be honest, though. It was all just kind of like, crossing the T's, dotting the I's. Once the Players Association kind of agreed on it, and they said, okay, we just need to go get the players to sign. I heard that there was over 90% of the players that were ready to say yes. So they obviously, everybody wants to play, right? Nobody wants to miss time. I ended up messaging a few of my players that I have contact with, and they couldn't tell me much. And I understand that. I said right away, hey, I understand you probably can't tell me much, but, is there any, how's the kind of the contract thing looking? And they said, I can't tell you much, but I'm ready to play. I'm ready to go. And, we're happy kind of deal. So, it sounds positive. So basically that was nice to hear. Also, then you see the teams start to share their kind of stuff, as well, saying about the season starting and how they're excited, and you haven't seen them do that in months. So that's another thing. Travel plans were being made. Training camps were kind of out. Obviously, over the weekend, you had some leaks coming out. Like one of them was like, it's going to be a 5-year contract, opted at 4, depends on revenue and media rights and TV deals and all that kind of stuff. So, we'll see what happens there. But we've got at least 4 years of this, which is really good. 4 years to really grow. And that brings us right into 2029 after the Olympics, 2030. The salary cap is going to go up to, I think, 890,000 by 2030 or something. So we're working our way up there. I definitely think that there's teams that could pay a lot more than that, the salary, like most professional sports. And there's teams that are going to have a hard time paying that salary, and actually being profitable. So we'll see. You got to kind of meet everybody in the middle. But I'm hoping that this sport can keep growing, and we can keep bringing revenue in and making more money, and the players will get paid, and the owners will make money. Fans will be happy because the product's better, more exposure. One of the things I want to talk about was the mic'd up series that other leagues have, where they mic people up and they, while they're on the benches, so you can see kind of behind and during the game and the play. I think that'd be kind of a cool idea. I think another one would be maybe having, kind of like where you follow the players around. Now they don't have to do it all the time, obviously, but if they're doing something interesting, go there. If they're, show up at their house every couple of weeks kind of deal, and, get in and see what's going on after a big game, after a big win, after a big loss. Follow, a couple different players throughout the league that have some charisma and that kind of have, maybe some, maybe somebody coming off an injury, a big star like Dane Smith, if he wanted to be into it. There's just so many people there's so much character in the NLL compared to other sports. These guys are just entertaining. Like, I would love to see Warren Hill get followed around for, the season. That'd be awesome, especially coming to the end. Matt Vince getting followed around would be cool because, again, I don't know if these guys want that. That's a whole other thing. Some players really like it. Some players don't. I don't mean follow around either. I mean, like, every couple weeks you go take a couple clips, you go to their games, you talk to them, you mic them up, you put a whole thing together, and then you can, that can also be added to, building the connection between player and fans, making people more invested in the game. You got to sell his storylines. So Dyson Williams is a perfect one with that. Would be perfect because he's Jeff Teat, another Jeff Teat would be perfect, right? He just won the PLL championship, just won the NL, and that's the thing. You could even maybe do something with the PLL where you work together to have these players be able to be mic'd up, and you work together instead of trying to work apart. Because another thing that I could think could add another big promotional value to the organization would be a video game. And I know this has kind of been talked about and thrown around a lot, and I know the fans want it, but there's just not a lot of us yet, right? Or not enough of us, I should say. Not a lot, but not enough of us to warrant a game. Now, with the way gaming's going and with AI, we'll see what happens if you can, build your own game and stuff. If not, it would be kind of one of those things. It's an investment, right? So you want to get the younger fans on there, get a good game out there. And like I'm telling you right now, if you put an NHL quality game out there, which realistically isn't that hard, it can't be that hard because they put the same game out every year. And if you get EA, I'm sure they would let you use their engine and everything. So they already have, if you can work with EA and EA kind of like, okay, I can see the potential in this being an exciting game, it'd be perfect, right? And you're going to get the hockey guys to play it. I'm telling you right now. And just make it cheap. Don't make it a $90 game, right? You don't have to. You do not have to. And that's the thing. You make that shit free and then just do microtransactions, you're going to make money. But it's not about making money. This is the thing. And I know this is against capitalism, but and I do think the owners need to make money, but it's an investment. Even if you take a loss, you're still going to be, it's going to be better for the league overall long term. There's so many times that as a kid, I didn't even really as much watch hockey, but I played the game. And now I'm a diehard hockey fan. Leaf fan, right? Now, would that have happened without the games? I don't know, to be honest with you. To be completely honest with you, I don't know. Because I played hockey, but it allowed me to stay current with who the players were a little bit, right? Especially as a kid. You go to bed early. You can't see the games. We didn't have, especially back in my day, now here I'm talking old. Back in my day, we didn't have like the recordings as much, right? So it's like you miss the game, you miss the game. You get to read about it in the Sunday Sun, or in the Sun, Toronto Sun. That's where I read about it because my dad would get that every day. So that's the thing about these is, a video game, I understand it's a big investment. Like I would love to I might do an in-depth video on that down the road if you guys want, about how much it actually would be to produce a game for the NLL. And maybe I'll get to present it to the commissioner or something one day, but I think it would have to be the owners that would obviously pony up. But I mean, you think the NLL would also, maybe also help out? I don't know. Because I mean, they get paid, the owners got to pay them to be in the league. So it'd be kind of cool to see, it would be really, really cool. I think it actually would probably be the NLL that would be responsible for that if they were to do it. Maybe that's the issue, right? But it's your league, bro. You want to grow it. You got to get the kids. And I always think back to this one story, and I don't remember what company it was. I think it was in Japan. Coffee was not popular in this country. It was in Asia somewhere, and it wasn't popular in this country. And so what they did is, these coffee companies went there and they were like, okay, well, what can we do to get basically in this market? And somebody's told them that, oh, if you're not gonna just get people drinking coffee right away, right? About 20 years ago, they started, they invested, and I mean invested, they fucking dumped money into it, making hard candies that were coffee flavored. So people started eating the hard candies that are coffee flavored, and then coffee became more popular, and now there's coffee that people drink coffee there. Like, it's wild. And that's what I always think of that story. It was like, if you just built a game, they would play the game, they would start liking the game of lacrosse, and they would start watching it, and then you could sell stars because you're going to be able to crank these guys' stars out. So you're making them stand out that much more, like a Lyle Thompson, Jeff Teat, all these, Dane Smith, Josh Byrne, all these, Keegan Ball. Like, I can just go on and on and on. make them really powerful, and make sure they're the star of the show. And you put that together, and it would be a great sauce in there, I think. Now, the hardness of the schedule, okay? The hardness of the schedule is it's the champions get the hardest schedule, and then it works backwards from there, which I actually think is a very unique way to do it, and I actually think it's cool. I think it makes the most sense because if you're the best team in the league, you should play the best teams in the league, and that's better for that's actually a really good idea for competition of games, right? So now, I will say with the schedule and how everything is, I'm disappointed that you're only going to see Toronto and the Bandits one time this season in Hamilton. No Toronto versus Buffalo and Banditland. I think, and I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks this, or if this is an unpopular opinion. First off, I think we need a couple more teams in the West. I think Edmonton's going to get a team more than likely. I've been here. Who just told me that Edmonton was possibly going to get Edmonton was going to get Philly. I heard Philly was going to go to Montreal, but that's just a rumor that was flying around a couple months ago kind of deal. So we'll see if there's any truth to that as time goes on. Edmonton, they're doing the on-box series, Georgia versus the Roughnecks, which is going to be an amazing game. That's like you have the best player in the world, Lyle Thompson there. You have the Roughnecks. There's such a massive turnout that they're gonna go to Edmonton really strong. There's that rivalry between Edmonton and Calgary. So, I mean, I think that Edmonton, I know they had a team and they left. And I really don't know the numbers offhand, to be honest with you. But from what I understand, they weren't that bad. I think they were still getting an attendance level of about 8,000 people per game. Don't quote me on that. I remember I somewhat looked it up at one point. But it would be interesting to see a team go back there. I think Minnesota, again, I know there was already a team there at one point. But I do think that it just makes a lot of sense because there's a lot of hockey rinks there, right? So again, and I just think it kind of goes hand in hand. We need a couple teams out west to make the league even. Then I think you should go back to East versus West. Honestly, travel wise, I think it should be. We need more games in the season. That's another whole thing that I've been saying for a little while now. I would love to see 36 games in the season. We talked about this last podcast, so I'm not going to go into that. But there's a method to my madness there. You're not jumping to 36 right away. But I really do think that going East versus West, like back to the East versus West, is the best way to do it. And then kind of do a division like that. As much as the unification divisions are great, I think that, or the unificate, like you like the one division essentially, where everyone just plays everybody, and everyone's getting into each other's buildings once every 2 years. I just think that I'd prefer to see Toronto and Buffalo go at it twice a year for sure, if not 3 times. I would even take that 3 times a season. Oshawa, Toronto is going to be another one. Black Bears are in there for they're close. The Battle of Ontario, you call it, between those 3 teams. You have the Rochester versus Buffalo, which that's a decent little rivalry. You have, San Diego is really starting to chirp at Little Warriors, for example, and that's a good rivalry because they're both good. And that's the thing is when 2 teams are good, it's a way better rivalry when one team's really good and one team's bad. Because the fans, they can't get behind that. If you have a chance to go in there and beat the other team, or if it's a back and forth series, it's way better for ratings, for entertainment value, for everything, right? Now, of course, if you're a fan of the one team, you want to go in and watch them dust it, right? But in a general standpoint, it's actually better to have a very, very parity league, which is why I like the NLL, because it is very parity. Now you have Buffalo that's obviously up there. You got Halifax that obviously same thing, deep pockets. Calgary, like you got these teams that are, they're going to be kind of a little bit, better off financially for sure. But anybody can really, it's skill. There's a lot of skill in this league. And if you watch any of these games, a lot of these games are close. Today we have our first podcast guest. It is going to be my son Brady. He is 10 years old. He's the lacrosse player. He played for the first time last year, and he had a blast. He was they won a couple tournaments, came second in one. He ended up being on the B team there was 2 goalies, so he got put on the second team, which is a whole other story, but that's okay. Taught him to, they definitely got beat up that tournament. The other team they took most of the good players. But with that being said, I kind of like when he loses a little bit, only because, or as he gets to experience loss as a team, because it kind of teaches you to, understand and lose gracefully instead of just, you see some people lose and it's ridiculous. Now, obviously, he's super competitive, but when it's a team sport, especially, it's like if you went out there and did your best and tried your hardest, then that's all you can ask, right? So, like right now, his football team is really bad. They haven't won a game all season. Playoffs are next week. Every team makes it, so they're pretty much done. Like last week, they got blown out. I think it was like 42-6. His line was the only one that scored. Like but it's anyway. That's football. Lacrosse, though, he loves it. But I always tell him, like, I don't want you playing lacrosse because of me. I want him to play it because of him. Now, he started playing, and then I watched it, and then I fell in love with it, kind of, right? So that's kind of, but I always wanted to have him in lacrosse. My brother-in-law is super, he's into it, obviously, and he got my son his first stick. It was just like when he was like 2 years old, and then last year he picked it up again in natural. So his great grandmother is born on Six Nations, so he's got that in him, and it's funny how he just picked it up. And I'm big on if he wants to play it, which he does, and if a kid picks up a basketball and sinks 9 out of 10 shots right away, if a kid jumps on the ice and can skate after a few minutes or even a first session, and he's moving the puck around right away, it's like he's naturally talented, right? If you're naturally talented in something, I've always said I want to push him into whatever he's really naturally gifted at, and lacrosse seems to be that, just coincidentally. So I always tell him, like, if you don't want to play, you just let me know, no problem, and I will make him finish whatever he started. So if he starts the season, he's finishing his season. But if he's like at the end of the season, I just don't want to play, I'm like, okay, you got to play something, right? At the end of the day. And I think the nice thing about lacrosse is there's a good chance, or you have a higher chance of actually going somewhere. And when I always say, going somewhere, I think people assume that it's like the NLL, or like the professional leagues. And I'm not saying that. To be honest with you, I wouldn't mind if he just got to go to a Canadian university and maybe got in based on his grades, but also his, ability to play lacrosse. But I know that a lot of the schools are actually like club stuff in the East Coast anyway. I would also imagine him going to like a D1, D2, D3 school, even in the States, and getting a top tier education for, at a reduced cost as well. So it's not, and maybe he would play in the NLL one day. Who knows, right? I'm going to give him every opportunity he can to progress in this sport and do whatever I can to help him. But at the end of the day, I told him, I'm not going to be the one that's telling you to go pick up your stick and go play. You need to be doing that, right? And he does. He's had the stick pretty much in his hand every day, and I don't tell him to do that. He just does it. And, could he be going out against the wall more and stuff? Yeah, but I just want him to be able to pick up the stick and enjoy the game right now. He's 10 years old, okay? He's going to naturally get better like that. He doesn't need to be super pushed quite yet. And I want to make sure he loves it, and I want to make sure he's naturally good at it. Like, he is good. He's got the defensive aspect of the game. He was great at turnovers and stuff like that last year. Defending, also got the most penalty minutes. But anyway, he's going to tell you more about this when we do the interview with him. And it's just exciting for me to have him on the podcast, honestly. And I'm hoping years down the road, when he's an NLL player or something, or when he's an NLL player, or going to a high level player, even junior A, junior B kind of deal, I'll get to see him, and I'll get to show him this video and show him this interview and be like, here's your first official interview with your dad. All right, let's get right down to the interview with my son. Today we bring on our first ever guest, my son, Brady MacDonald. He plays lacrosse, and he loves the game himself, so he wanted to jump on here, and he was bugging me to do it. 10-year-old. So he's played his first season of lacrosse last season. Had a good season, won a couple tournaments, came placed high in some other ones, and then got to be a goalie for quite the not the B team, I would say. So he got pretty lit up in that tournament, but it also that teaches good resilience. So with no further ado, this is Brady MacDonald. How you doing, Brady?
We're doing absolutely fantastic.
Yeah? What are your thoughts on the game of lacrosse?
It's the best sport. Yeah.
It's the best sport?
Yeah. Like there's not, like, it's not as expensive as the other sports. Like,
that doesn't matter though. That shouldn't matter to you.
Know, but
you're so financially conscious already. Okay, so what makes you love lacrosse?
Oh, the physicality.
The physicality, okay. So you like the high scoring games, okay.
Fights.
The fights, okay.
Just just amazing.
How do you feel about like the camaraderie of it? So like what I mean by camaraderie is like the way you get to be a part of a team and you experience the same, these highs and lows with your teammates.
Oh yeah, my Lacrosse team, we experienced a lot of highs.
Mm-hmm.
Like the worst part about playing a game like that, it's like it sucks when you lose in the finals.
It does. It hurts to lose in the finals, but I think it hurts to lose anything, but especially in the finals. And that did happen to them. They play second in one tournament last year. So
happens to the best.
Pardon me?
Happens to the best.
Yeah, it was a good game. They were a high level team from Nova Scotia, and they got us. But we have a pretty good group of guys in Moncton. Group of kids, and they've got a really good organization here. Shout out to Kodiak Lacrosse for being just fantastic and promoting the game of lacrosse. I am trying to help them. I'll be doing more as time goes on here. I'll be doing more local stuff as well in our community. I'm going to be, they're in need of a U13 coach, so I'm going to probably coach the U13 team come box season in April for us. And that's where he's going to be going is U13. So that'll be a fun experience. I'll see if I can get some guys to help me out there. I really enjoyed coaching last year. So how did you feel about having your dad as the coach last year?
I love it.
Did you?
Yeah, I can tell you everything. I can tell you what the boys need to do.
Okay, listen. You're just the player. Okay, you're going to worry about just playing. Give me your best memory of last year's lacrosse team that you had.
Winning, and then after that, you just getting hyped in the locker room.
Yeah.
And also before the game, like, it's awesome.
Do you find like there was a lot of nerves before the game?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's some of the biggest moments I felt. Like going out, like, what do we mess up? I like got that stuff out of my head and like just locked in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just played Pit On in my head by Jeezy.
Okay. Do you find you were more nervous like for the first game that you played or for like a championship game?
I was really nervous for my first game. I was nervous for the championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What's your favorite position to play in lacrosse?
Well, like defense, offense, like transition.
Transition. You like it to be a transition. Actually, so he was the top defenseman on his team last year. Very stay at home. Very made sure nobody got behind him, and it's an unsung aspect of lacrosse. So is like picked up loose balls. It's another thing that he did well last year. Those are two attributes to lacrosse teams that a lot of people don't talk about, but or give enough credit to, I'm going to say, because those are the things that actually win the games. It's if you can keep possession of the ball, that's what wins you the game. So if you can knock the ball out and turn it over and then your team gets to go up, that's an offensive chance. And that's also an offensive chance you've taken away from the other team. So a lot of people get they kind of get too hyped on the goals and stuff like that, right?
So like no one plays defense,
Well, I think that it's more flashy to to be the scorer, right?
Yeah, but like it's also very important to play defense to make sure like that's like if you don't play defense, you're not gonna win. So
that's why it's actually good the way you have that mindset because you've been working so much on your offensive skills, right? You've already got the defensive core down. So now going into next season, you can work on your offensive skills, but then keep being that good stay-at-home defenseman. And then when you see an opportunity, you go. And this is all about having lacrosse sense, right? And I think that one of the things that we don't talk about enough in today's lacrosse with the young kids is the importance of watching the game as well, because the thing is that's where you build your a lot of your lacrosse IQ, right?
Yeah. And before Tom Brady played in the Super Bowl, he watched like every single Chiefs game from when they're on the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like every time the Chiefs lined up,
yeah,
told the guys what they were doing because he knew how they lined up and what they
were doing. Right. So with him, he's playing at the highest level, so there's nobody else to watch by that. But because you're still learning, you're so young. There's guys that you can watch that have already got 10, 15, 20 years playing experience. And so now you can watch them and see what they do. And then you can kind of build off them. That's why I think that's why in any sport, athletes continue to get better because they can just continue to see what works for these guys and also, what has worked for guys before them. So people just continue to grow off that, right? What are you hoping for this season of lacrosse?
I hope that we get on a good team and like I can make the team better. You can make the team better. That's good. So yeah, add to the team. It's going to be exciting this season. I think there's going to be. I was at the AGM last night,
and the numbers had increased in pretty much all the age groups last year from the previous season, and there was one that was basically the same, so it's not that bad. You know, if you can, talk to your friends, ask them to play, right? Because lacrosse is such a good game, and it is an affordable game to play, and it's fun, and you guys can play it anywhere, right?
Like, all you need is a stick and a ball.
No, exactly. All you need is a stick and a ball. That's right.
Like,
and a wall.
Yeah, and a wall. Like,
Yeah.
You can travel.
Yeah.
Like, on like breaks, like with, like out of those like rest stops. Like you can like get on that wall and like just like.
I mean, that's pretty dedicated. Like that's what you were doing this summer. I know. He picked up a lacrosse stick, and it was so natural for him. And see, my wife is native, so he's technically he's got native blood in him, and so it's funny that it's just if his grandmother or his it would be his great grandmother, if his great grandmother seen him holding a lacrosse stick, it would make her so happy, right? So she's smiling down on you for sure, man. Trust me. Okay, let's talk some NLL now. Like, so you watched a bit of NLL with me last season, right? And what did you think of it so far?
I love it.
Yeah.
My favorite team is Halifax.
Okay.
My favorite player is Tyson Bell.
Oh, Tyson Bell fan. Oh, he's gonna like that to hear that.
I love him.
Okay.
Like, I think he's like the best.
What do you like about his play? What do you like about his?
It's just like his like transition, and like he's just so stylish on the.
He's got charisma.
Yeah.
Okay, but what do you specifically like about a play? Because he's like a defenseman.
Yeah.
Right. So I found, actually, to be honest with you, it's funny that you say Tyson Bell is your favorite player, because I personally think that your style, the way you play, is very Tyson Bell-esque, because you're a big hitter and you're like a stay-at-home guy, but you do have that offensive spark and the ability to go up and score when you need to. Yeah. Right. And that's kind of what Tyson Bell is. He's not the top scorer out there, but he's a big reason that Halifax, in my opinion, is going to be a very high-end team this year, and they could be looking at a championship.
Yeah, I really hope they do win, and they're my favorite. I love them.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you? And I mean, they're close. They're their closest team to us. So do you think that's why you love them the most, or is that just is that an extra bonus?
Oh, that's an extra bonus.
So last season, what was the first game of lacrosse, like NLL, you watched? Do you remember? Do you remember what teams it was, or no?
I think it was Halifax versus the Bandits.
Okay, so that would have been a good game last year. Yeah. Halifax is primed to win this year. They're looking really, really strong. NLL, is there any other teams you like?
I like Toronto.
You like Toronto?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Toronto.
And Toronto Rock, yeah.
Yeah, Toronto Rock.
Okay. Can you name all the NLL teams?
Oh, Halifax, like the name.
Yeah, all the teams.
Halifax Thunderbirds,
yeah.
Toronto Rock, Buffalo Bandits, Georgia Swarm, Oshawa now.
Yeah, Oshawa what?
Oshawa, I don't know.
Okay, Firewolves, that's okay.
Ottawa Black Whales.
Yeah.
Calgary Warriors, is it?
Roughnecks, so okay, 7.
Oh, Saskatchewan Rush.
Yeah, 8.
Vancouver,
yeah, 9, but Vancouver what, you know?
No.
Warriors. That's okay, you're doing pretty good. I was
going to say Warriors.
Yeah, okay, well. Okay. So 9. Any more guesses?
Yeah.
You got the West Coast pretty much. You're missing the West Coast, which just kind of makes sense, because we're in the East Coast, so.
West Coast.
Yeah.
So in Edmonton, no.
No.
West. Western, is the Western Canada teams?
Well, you said them. You said Saskatchewan and Vancouver.
That's it?
Yeah.
Damn, I don't know.
Okay, you want me to tell you the rest?
Huh?
Or is that it? You?
I can tell you some more.
Okay, go ahead.
Did I already say Ottawa Black Whales?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to give you the rest, okay? You got 9. 9 out of 14 is not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good. You have, on top of that, you have Las Vegas Desert Dogs. Okay. You have the Colorado Mammoth, which have the nicest jerseys in the league, in my opinion. You have the San Diego Seals. So they, again, all the West Coast teams, right? And then you have Rochester Nighthawks, right? Again, it's an American team. I get it. And then you have finally the Philadelphia Wings.
I knew.
So, which are going to be more than likely relocating the end of the season anyway. So they're gonna. I don't know. I don't know. I hope they stay in Philly, but you know, it's a sad situation in Philly, to be honest with you, because they've been in the league so long. They're one of the I think they might be one of the OG franchises if I'm not mistaken. If not, they're right there. And when you have such an historic team that folds, it's just kind of a sad. Rochester already was saved by Seneca Nation, and Philly's just held in right now by one of the other owners and basically paid for them to be in the league this year. But I'm hoping they can get Montreal's destination spot with them, which would be awesome for us. Another one, Edmonton. Edmonton's probably, I would say, arguably the front runner because Edmonton, that would make the league parity. I think that would make the league even if they sent Philly to Edmonton, and then you can go back to a more East versus West. Because right now they have this unification division that they started a few seasons ago, and so then you play like everybody's in the same division. There's no divisions, right? So anyway, I'm probably boring you. Okay, so
if you wanted one team to relocate, what team would it be in Wales?
If I wanted one team to relocate,
yeah, in Wales.
I don't think I would want a team to relocate right now, only because we just had Albany relocate this off season. We've had a few relocations in the last little bit, and I don't really want. I like the markets they're in, to be honest with you. So I think if anything, I'd be like, okay, we add a team, and I think Edmonton's a team we could add. I would like to see Philly and Philly. Like I said, Montreal, Quebec City could have a team. I would love to see Moncton get a team. Moncton, good rivalry with Halifax. It'd be right there, huh?
Like if just pick a team in Wales.
What do you mean? I just answered your question. Yeah. I don't think there should be a relocation.
Okay, well, I had to pick one.
Yeah.
I would pick San Diego.
Why?
Because
San Diego's an awesome. I just had one of my followers just told me that San Diego was the best arena he had to the best fan experience at that arena.
Okay, no, Las Vegas.
Vegas is on. You know who owns Vegas?
Yeah.
Gretzky. And Dustin Johnson, and there's one more guy. I can't remember who the third guy is, but there's three. Yeah, those three of them.
Never mind. You know.
So you're probably like what? Okay, no, it's fine.
No, Vegas.
Vegas to where then?
Huh? To where? You know.
Huh? Vegas might end up relocating. Mitch. I think if there's one team that right now is on somewhat of like the next team that could relocate minus Philly, could be Vegas, because Vegas's attendance numbers aren't that much better than Albany's were.
Do you know what I think they should do?
What?
I'm not saying this because you used to live there.
What?
Brantford, because Gretzky.
Too small.
Oh.
Why would they go into Brantford instead of going to, like, there's other teams like London. You could argue London, they're a big city. Brantford's kind of still smaller for a major lacrosse team. Like even Hamilton, you know, you could do Mississauga. You could put another team in Mississauga, but again, then it'd be weird to have Toronto and Hamilton and then Mississauga have a team. It's just weird. That's the thing. I really hope eventually. What I would like to see is, to be honest with you, I'd like to see Toronto relocate back to Toronto, like somewhere in the GTA, at least. But in Toronto would be nicer. And then Hamilton get their own team. That's what I think should happen. If actually, you know what, I'm going to change it. That's my answer to my relocation. Toronto should relocate back to Toronto from Hamilton, but they won't because they just did the arena there and stuff. But if the league ends up growing a lot, like I think it might, then we might see that down the road. Who knows? Tell me about your like other hobbies other than like lacrosse and sports and stuff. What else do you like to do?
What else do I like to do? I like playing video games. The best video game right now is Skate. Free on PlayStation.
I don't think it's free. I got an early access, buddy.
No, it is free.
Okay, it's free. Okay, go ahead. Anything else?
Yeah.
What else?
Going to school.
Going to school is your hobby.
Yeah.
Okay.
And hanging out with my friends.
Okay, so I got a question for you actually. Yeah. So if you could choose 3 activities to do that you haven't tried yet, what would they be?
What would they be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay. I got some. Baseball.
Baseball. So you want to try baseball?
No. You're giving me.
I said I want to hear 3 activities that you would do that you don't already do that you want to do. So that could be skydiving, that could be rock climbing, that could be
like just stuff I want to do.
Yeah, like 3 things you want to do that you haven't got to experience yet.
Go to the Leafs game.
Okay, so Leaf game. Okay, it's okay. It wasn't supposed to be a long question. It's okay. We can move on. Two things is fine. I'd say going to a Halifax Thunderbird game would be a good one. I would say maybe go on a road trip somewhere you want to experience. So that's my next question. Where do you want to? If you could pick one place to go right now, Kentucky. Why Kentucky?
Because that's where Golden Girls got shot.
Are you? That's the number one place, boys. Yeah. I'm telling you right now. Okay, talking about that, Gilmore Girls. I don't know if it's just around here, but all these kids, like boys, on his age, they all watch Gilmore Girls, and it's because it's on Netflix, I'm assuming. But it's like, what is going on with that? They're obsessed, all of them. No. They all watch Gilmore Girls. All of his friends.
No.
What?
No, my friends aren't obsessed. Like they watch. Their moms like want him to watch it, but they
don't.
Oh. Yeah, just me.
No, Niall watches it.
Huh? Yeah, but he doesn't like it.
He tells you he doesn't like it. You tell him you like it?
Oh, yeah, and he tells me I don't like it.
Okay, well. Okay, anyway. All right, so I think that's going to be good for the questioning, Brady. Thank you for coming on my first thank you for being the first guest on my podcast, okay?
Can I ask you some questions?
No, that's not what we're doing. Fine, go ahead, ask me some questions. Go ahead.
Okay, question number 1.
Okay.
If you had one TV show to watch for the rest of your life, what would it be?
The Office.
Mine would be Gilmore Girls.
The Office or Seinfeld?
Not even Family Guy?
No.
I'd pick...
Or... No, because still no. I would still do The Office or Seinfeld.
I'd pick South Park. Because,
You've never even seen South Park.
I want to, but it has so many seasons. Like, it keeps putting out more
I've never seen it.
So you, never get bored. Because they always put out new episodes. Same with Family Guy.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to see the new... You wouldn't be able to see the new episodes. Wow. It would only... Oh, I guess, okay, you can see new... new content then, too?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, hold on. Okay, that changes everything up. Okay, hold on. I would probably do the Dragon Ball universe then. Yeah. But the thing is I still think I would choose The Office or Seinfeld because it's rewatchable. I find Dragon Ball you can rewatch, but if I watched it 100 times, I know I'd still get enjoyment out of it, but it's I don't know. I would still probably choose The Office or Seinfeld.
Okay.
The Office is what I would probably choose. Okay, so
I'd pick something with a lot of seasons.
Yeah.
I don't want to get bored.
Okay. Modern Family would be another good one.
Modern Family, yeah. But they don't...
But again, I don't know.
I'd pick South Park.
Family Guy would be good, anything. But again, it's hard because I would just also you don't want to rot your brain if that's the only thing you watch either. But
Family Guy's brain rot.
Okay, they're all brain rot, bud. Okay, so anything else you got to ask me?
Oh yeah, if you could only watch one movie for the rest of your life, what would it be? Mine would be Remember the Titans.
One movie for the rest of my life?
Remember the Titans would be mine. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's on Disney+.
One movie, because it's that means I'm going to be watching the same thing over and over and over again. It would have to be a comedy, because I feel like that's the only thing that you can watch over and it's funny. But even then, the jokes would get old, I would think. I guess just one movie or not movie series? Just one movie, one individual movie.
Series.
No, okay, now that's a different question. Just one individual movie. Yeah. Honestly, American Gangster would probably be up there because I love it so much. It's such a great movie. Alpha Dog is another one that I really enjoyed. That was really good. Four Brothers is another one that I could watch over and over again. Oh, if you're gonna go that route, right? Another good one is Never Back Down. I love that movie. I could watch that one over and over and over again. I love it.
When he's in the thing, he's playing Soldier Boy, and when he's going to the fight and it's stronger like Kanye.
That's what I mean. I want to watch that movie right now that I said that. Too. That's what I'm saying. We'll watch it. Yeah, we'll watch it this week.
Who is your favorite character from anything? Any movie, video game, TV show?
Who's my favorite character?
Yeah, like a character from a video game or movie.
Michael Scott from The Office is the best character of all time. But Goku is hard to. I love Goku as a character. I like Vegeta character. But I'd say Michael Scott is my favorite all-time character. Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother. Huh?
Barney
Stinson.
Boney.
Another.
Boney, Goku, and Jess.
Oh my God, Jess. Another good character. You could go with it's
Aaron Galtman.
No, what's his name? Dom Toretto from Fast and Furious. Obviously, he's obviously so iconic.
Kyle.
Huh? Kyle.
Amen.
Stop with the South Park. Yeah, so anyway. Anything else?
You know what's so funny about Family Guy?
What?
They hate Meg.
I know. It's the running joke of the whole series.
It's like the forgotten child. Like I know one episode that Meg went to go talk to Dad about some like serious stuff. He was like, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing in my house? Like the cops came and like arrested him.
Yeah. Well, Brady, thank you very much for coming to the podcast. Thank you for being on my first guest episode. And one day when you go big and make it big in the NLL, we'll come back. I'm sure it's going to be shown on TSN eventually one day, or the Anything Lacrosse Network at that point, and it'll be a really cool piece of history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spotify. Wait, it's already on Spotify.
Well, it's going to be on Spotify, but I'm talking about in the future when you're 24 years old, playing in the NLL or wherever. All right, so we went over a lot in this podcast, as always. I hope if you're still here, if you see this part, comment something, because I'm telling you, like I said, I always say when I get to this part, if you're still here after listening to all that, and me ramble on, and now my son a little bit ramble on, I think that you definitely deserve something. And again, if somebody comments on this saying that they've made it this far, I'm going to do something for them. I'm not exactly sure what that is yet, like I've talked about. And I should probably figure that out before I actually say this stuff, but I'm definitely going to do something for somebody who comments. The first person to comment, say, let's call it first comment. So first commenter to comment pickle will get. I'll do something for them. I don't know what it is yet, but you're going to get something, and we'll discuss it after. Maybe like a T-shirt, or maybe like once I bring my merch out, which if you're still listening at this point, I haven't announced that yet. So that's a nice little tweak, or nice little preview. I've got the designs done, but I'm not announcing them till hopefully I'm about 5,000 on TikTok, but we'll see what happens. Depends on how fast I go. I think I'm just going to make it for myself anyway and just wear it because I really think it's cool. So with that being said, we're looking forward to continuing this podcast. Big things are coming this week, obviously, with the CBA being done, and you're going to see me a lot. So I'll be doing another podcast, back to regular paid programming. It'll be out on Thursday, or it'll be out Thursday nights, and we'll have lots of news for you. So stay tuned for that, guys. Thanks for coming, and as always, I really do appreciate you. So thank you for coming. Thank you for listening this far, and I appreciate every one of you that are still here, and anybody who did even watch any 1 second in this podcast. This community is going to be great as we grow it, and so join the Discord if you haven't. I'm sure if you're at this point, I would assume you're in the Discord. But other than that, my name is Jacob MacDonald. I am Anything Lacrosse, and this is the game that never sits still.